to respond also, but let's start with some basics.
Yes.
You two are in the Energy Committee. Here's some few facts, okay? The landing cost of super petrol, as we speak, is 115 shillings and 93 cents.
115?
Okay? Landing cost, 115 shillings and 93 cents. And this was explained very well by Yvonne Okwara on the explainer.
Yeah.
Diesel landing cost is 117 shillings and 63 cents. Kerosene landing cost is 123 shillings and 78 cents. But there are 9 different taxes that then shoot up the price to 211, all within your reach if you bring in any amendments to bring them down. We have the excise duty, we have the road maintenance levy, we have the petroleum development levy, we have the petroleum regulatory levy, we have the railway development levy, we have the anti-adulteration levy, merchant shipping levy, import declaration fee, and then there's VAT. If any of you would bring amendments, these are things within your reach. Why wouldn't you do this?
Now, Trevor, that is the point that I was making.
I thought the question was mine.
Yeah, you will both answer it because you're both in the Energy Committee.
That is the point that I was making. When we spoke about CS Chirchir saying nothing can be done, we disagree with him. And this was the discussion during the finance bill. Unfortunately for me and Halwale, we sit in the Senate where we cannot initiate or discuss these money bills. But as leaders, I have lended my voice on this show everywhere that I have spoken and tried to convince our brothers that, in fact, something can be done to reduce the cost of fuel. But they have refused because this money, these taxes that they're collecting, is what is going for the entertainment bill of 2 billion shillings at State House. When Charles Owino tells us about finding the coffers empty, which is one of the biggest lies, one of the first things that happened, Charles Owino, when your government was sworn in, there was an allocation of almost, was it 800 million shillings for purchase of vehicles for the office of Musalia Mudavadi, Gashagwa, and Ruto. 800 million shillings. Where did that money come from to buy cars? If you found the coffers empty, what is funding all this, lifestyle that we are talking about here? So let's address some of the things that Halwale has also mentioned. He'll talk about the taxes and whether he, as a leader in Kenya Kwanza, can convince his government or his leadership to reduce some of those taxes. Just even the VAT alone, I said 14 shillings, if you reduce 14 shillings on the price of fuel, you have helped Kenyans. Now, he has alluded to the fact that Sifuna has changed. First of all, I will never change, Trevor. I am who I am and I am the way that I am. I will never, ever down the rights that have been given to me under Article 37 of the Constitution. I am not a one-trick pony, Halwale. I can do many things at the same time, depending on the environment that I find myself in. Even if today we are unable to convince you in the bipartisan talks and we decide we're going back to the streets, I ride with my sufuria in my car. When we leave here, Trevor, that sufuria that I wear on my head is still in my car because at any moment, at very short notice, I might be required to be in the streets. And that is what my constitution guarantees me. So it's not about being a one-trick pony. You can do many tricks depending on the environment. Halwale, you and me have this relationship where we can talk. The way that you approach me or the way that I approach you determines how and which tool I pick up. If you come with a stone, like you did in Kibera, you also found out that I also have stones, So, but if you sit in your nice suit like this, the way we sit in the Energy Committee, and we say, let us look at the issues that affect Kenyans, we come up with legislation. So it is not to say that Sifuna has changed, and I will never change. I want to give that assurance to Kenyans.
We say you have
Finally, there is this question of public transportation that he has alluded to, the president signing a bill on electric vehicles. First of all, the problem has never been the fuel that we are using. Because even if you transfer the problem, the bus today is using diesel, you are unable to afford diesel. You transfer it to electricity, and the electricity cost has gone up 63% since you people took power. What are you telling Kenyans? And Halwale did a very nice public participation in his constituency. He tried to convince those border boys, people who have maybe gone halfway, three-quarter way of paying their loans for the petrol motorcycles that they have right now. Then Halwale tried to convince them that the president is going to bring them these electric motorcycles. You know what happened? They were not interested in those stories. First of all, we sort out the infrastructure. Halwale, even if you're bringing these electric buses, to which roads are you bringing them? We had this discussion about bus rapid transport for years. If you go to cities like Dar es Salaam, you don't have to go to Amsterdam like Halwale. You know, that is too far for me. Because of me, Upinzani, I rotate around the East African region. In Dar es Salaam, they have one of the best BRTs. They built separate lanes. What we try to do on Thika Road is to annex an existing lane and paint it red. That was done under the Jubilee government, which Ruto was part of. There's never been a government called handshake. We know the Jubilee government of William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta. So first you sort out the infrastructure. You go to Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. They built a light rail across Addis for 45 billion shillings. And I have argued here, for instance, that if we had a government, a national government that had goodwill, we, the people of Nairobi, are owed over 100 billion shillings by national government institutions in terms of unpaid rates. If we had a president who was somebody who supports devolution, Khalwale has lied here that all the counties have money. It's a lie. The counties have not received money. And you're lying. Nairobi has not gotten money. We have not paid suppliers for months. So if we had a government that is foresight, a government with foresight, they would tell us that because we owe you people in Nairobi 100 billion shillings, let us give you 45 billion like was used in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa, but we ring-fence it for the construction of the light rail across Nairobi. That is helping Nairobians. But for you to tell us now you are transferring to electric buses, there are bus companies, people have taken loans, they have invested. Some of the investment has not paid back. And then you tell them now, we are going to bring competition in terms of electric buses. You have not sorted out the roads. Okay. You're not helping the people of Nairobi. Right. And even when you say, oh, we were supporting our coalition's calls for people to walk, Khalwale, even without being told right now, people are walking to work because it's not Raila speaking now. It's their pockets. It's their pockets. They can't afford. People have left their vehicles at home. People are trying to, save an extra coin because fuel has become unaffordable. So these are issues that we have to look at in the broader context. Don't just tell us that, oh, we have signed an agreement. That is a private agreement for a private US company to make money in Kenya. It is not helping.